Need some coins for rookie premieres? Head on over to rockbottomcoins.com for the safest and cheapest coins anywhere. Use code Zirksee at checkout for a 10% discount on your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I want to give a shout out to Drafters Fantasy Sports for sponsoring me on this video. But even though this video is going to be sponsored, I do have to let you guys know my personal opinion. I have personally played a lot of different fantasy drafting type sites, and I gotta say, this is without a doubt my favorite site that I've used. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over this site, show you everything there is, and show you why you guys should go ahead and do this. Now, right now, they're giving away $5 for free every single person that signs up. So when you guys sign up, it'll ask for a code, put in welcome5, and you'll be getting $5 free onto your account. Now, that is not the only thing that this site also does differently. Drafters does something absolutely amazing. First off, here on the home screen, you guys can see there's an activity feed giving you guys all of the news for people that don't get contracts, Le'Veon Bell, people expected to start maybe over somebody else, injuries, and just overall headlines, as well as something like LeBron James, Gronk, stuff that other players are up to that you need to keep tracking. Now, there's also giveaways, which I have talked to them, and they said they'll be doing a giveaway in the NFL basically almost every single week. Right now, there's a signed Dak Prescott jersey being given away, which is absolutely amazing that they're doing giveaways like this. And obviously, the Cowboys fan, I would love to win myself this Dak Prescott jersey, but this site is so unique. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything there is about the drafts. Now, before I go ahead and just hop into a game, I'm going to show you guys how you can make your own drafts. Now, you can give it a name, of course, a description, how many people do you want in here, and then, of course, the buy-in, which you can do US dollars, and then, of course, the sports. There's MLB, NBA, NHL, and also NFL, of course. I'm a Cowboys fan. I basically only watch the NFL. I don't really have a lot of time to watch the other sports, but I do dabble in some other sports. Personally, I've never watched hockey before, but as you guys can see for the game schedule, you can do 1 day, 1 week, or even the playoffs. Of course, 1 week, probably the best, which would be week number 1, and of course the playoffs as well. Now, you can view the events that are going on, which you can literally, instead of just, guessing, you can take a look and see exactly who is playing who, and then of course it's a snake draft, and then of course the draft time when filled, or you can do a scheduled draft time. So even if you get people in there with the first 5 minutes, you'll still have like 30 minutes to prepare for. Of course, you can choose on the draft speed how long they have to actually make their picks, and of course the total points. Now, you can actually edit in the scoring system, which in my opinion is awesome, and also you can edit in exactly how many players you will have on your team. Now, default, there's 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a defense, and also a kicker. There isn't a flex, but I can go ahead and add on a flex, and of course you can change between the defaults. There's 3 different default settings to choose. This one, there's 2 of every single position and also 2 flexes, so of course that's a couple bit more people to draft. And then of course for number 3, 2 of every position, but no flex. If you really wanted, you can just max out all these and take the most players possible, which I believe you can do up to like, I don't even know, to be honest. It looks like you could take up to like 11 QBs, which would be insane to have for a draft. That'd actually be a pretty funny draft to do. Now also you can change the scoring aspect of things. Per passing yard, 0.04. Passing touchdown, 4 points. Interception thrown, -2. However many you guys want to do, you can go ahead and do this, and also make sure you guys check the scoring and how many players you need before you hop into a game, because you don't want to hop into a game where a passing touchdown is 1 point and an interception thrown is like -10, and then you'll see that the main person in the league, the person that made the actual game, is only going to be drafting running backs, wide receivers, and taking just a trash QB because it doesn't really matter. What's amazing about this is that it's basically like a regular fantasy draft, and there's no salary cap. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. It's a $2 and $20 entry, and you get $6 for the first place. Now, of course, pre-draft rankings going to be highest projected, and it can even send you a text message when the draft is starting. But, of course, we're going to go ahead and get right into the draft right now, and you guys can see you can even select to ready up and skip the timer. Now, of course, the draft is about to start, and I'm pick number 3, so I want to go over this really quickly. Of course, these drafts are only going to be for 1 week. So, of course, this is week number 1. Now, they are actually going to be adding in season-long drafts very, very soon. Of course, first pick off the board is going to be Antonio Brown. Personally, I usually go with a running back for my first pick, and it looks like Aaron Rodgers with number 2. Now, taking a look at the running backs, you guys can see it shows their opponents, their number, like to overall rankings, also their average points for, and the projected. Now, I have 30 seconds to decide. Le'Veon Bell, I honestly don't know if he's going to play week 1. So, my first pick is going to be... Honestly, I think I'm going to go Todd Gurley. Playing Oakland defense, I'm definitely going to take Todd Gurley. Hopefully, he does very, very good in that round. But I also get back-to-back picks since I was the last person to draft. So, of course, we're going to go with wide receiver now. Taking a look over here, Odell vs. Jacksonville. Definitely not want to take that one. 26 seconds left. Maybe I should take another running back or a QB. Let me take a look at the QB, see who's left over. I believe only Aaron Rodgers was actually taken. So Tom Brady versus Houston. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna go with Tom Brady versus Houston. I feel like that was a pretty decent pick. I was thinking about taking Big Ben versus Cleveland, but honestly, Cleveland defense might just be pretty dang good. And of course, we only need 1 QB, so you guys can see now that is checked off. You do not need another quarterback. Of course, you need 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, a defense, and also a kicker. And remember, in case somebody gets injured before the game and you're keeping track of it, you guys can come back in and switch them out with anybody that is actually still on the board available after the actual draft, which in my opinion is absolutely amazing, as pick number 7 was Rob Gronkowski. Pick number 6 was Ezekiel Elliott off the board. Unfortunately, as a Cowboys fan, of course, I would want to take him, but we don't have any wide receivers left, so we definitely need to take one. Julio versus Philadelphia. And not really too high on that one. Devontae Adams versus Chicago. That could definitely be a good one. But honestly, I'm really feeling this A.J. Green versus Indianapolis. I'm going to go ahead and take A.J. Green in that round. And then we're also going to take our second running back, which in my opinion, I have to take Kamara. Obviously, there's no Ingram. He's going to be suspended. So I feel like Kamara will definitely have a very, very good week. So far my team is looking pretty dang solid. We have Tom Brady, Todd Gurley. Also have A.J. Green and Alvin Kamara. Definitely enjoying those picks. But you guys can see now Tornado actually gets 2 picks in a row as Travis Kelce comes off the board. Now, in terms of tight ends left, Zach Ertz versus Atlanta, which you can see even Atlanta has allowed the 8th least points to tight ends this season. So I think that's actually really cool to do this. Now, of course, Jordan Reed looks like a very, very good matchup versus Arizona. Personally, though, I don't know if he's even going to be that big of a target for Alex Smith. So, in my personal opinion, the best tight end left, even though it's a really tough pick, I still feel like Zach Ertz is probably the best tight end here. Even though Atlanta, yes, they did give up the 8th least points to tight ends last season, I'm probably going to go Zach Ertz my pick unless somebody takes him. Actually, pick number 13, someone took Barkley, which is actually pretty interesting, but I'm going to take Ertz here with my tight end, and then I'm going to get my wide receiver down. Do I want to take a risk with Julio Jones, or do I want to go with Devontae Adams? Honestly, I got to go Julio Jones. I feel like it's a risk. Obviously, Julio Jones is kind of one of those players that can have a really bad week or absolutely go off. Now, of course, left, we have a defense and a kicker left, and I really want to take Jacksonville defense versus the Giants. Also, Philadelphia versus Atlanta. Personally, I'm definitely going to go with Jacksonville if this defense is still available. Of course, this guy has 2 picks, and then Jeff gets to pick before me, so let's see exactly what they're going to go to. Leonard Fournette coming off the board, and with the last pick, Deshaun Watson versus New England. Not too sure how well he's going to do. That's going to be an interesting pick right there. Devontae Adams actually comes off the board as well. And of course, you have to remember, if they do announce, say, someone else is going to be playing more than the original starter you thought, or the starter gets injured, you guys can come back and just take them off the board as long as they are undrafted, which in my opinion is awesome. And with our final pick, we're going to take our kicker, which I'm going to go ahead and take, I guess, Gostkowski versus the Houston defense. And that is going to end my draft. And then once this draft is actually done, you can go ahead and compare your team to the other players. So we just have to wait for these last two people to see what picks they're going to make. Of course, I'm pretty sure they need to take a defense or a kicker left. Looks like Jeff has to take a defense, and I believe that Tornado probably has to take both, because I don't see him drafting a kicker or a defense anywhere. And he actually takes Philadelphia defense. Tornado, what are you going to pick? And now we can actually go ahead and view my team. Now, taking a look at my team, you guys can see the projected stats is 103.32, which is definitely pretty solid in my opinion. You can also see right here that it'll say exactly how much they're projected. So, 75 yards for Alvin Kamara, 0.57 touchdowns, 6 receptions. Tom Brady's projected 290 yards. Now, if we take a look at the matchup, of course, we can see versus them, you guys can see he is Deshaun Watson, and I'm actually projected to beat him by 3 points. Also, Barkley is projected, well, it doesn't say right here. I can click on his name, I'm sure, and actually go ahead and see that. But you guys can see the matchup: Ezekiel versus Todd Gurley, Kamara versus Barkley. I definitely like that pick. I'm not too sure why he picked Barkley against Jacksonville week 1. That's going to be quite the challenge for him. Antonio Brown versus Cleveland, and of course AJ Green, Indy. Julio Jones versus Devontae Adams, Gronk versus Ertz. Jacksonville defense versus the Rams defense, which they're going against Oakland. It's actually a pretty good matchup for them. Gostkowski and, of course, Will Lutz. So remember, not only can you guys end up just doing, football, if you guys want to play basketball, if you guys play baseball, if you want to play hockey, you can go ahead and get right into any of those. And, of course, taking a look at the players, we can see who is actually still available. Le'Veon Bell is still available to be picked up. Now, of course, I'm sure he wasn't drafted because people don't know if he's going to actually play. But I can go ahead and swap him in, and I can trade in either Todd Gurley or I can trade in Kamara for whoever I want. Now, of course, if they do announce Le'Veon Bell will play week 1, I'll probably go ahead and switch him for Alvin. I feel like Le'Veon Bell versus Cleveland is a very, very good matchup. Now remember, you can just go ahead and click on this arrow right here, and then you can see your other opponent in the match, which there's 3 people in this match, and you can see is Aaron Rodgers, Fournette, Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas, Travis Kelce, Philadelphia defense, and also Justin Tucker. And of course, I'm actually projected to outscore both of my opponents. This is looking pretty good for me. Now, if you come back here to the league setting, you guys can see how this standing is looking, and of course, the player minutes remaining, which is actually a pretty cool feature. And of course, there's 3 people in here, and rank number 1 gets a $6 payout for a $2.20 entry, so a nice little profit. Now, of course, there are much bigger buy-in games. You guys can see right here, $109 buy-in, and first place takes home $300. So if you guys just want to use this for fun, maybe use your free $5 to mess around with some of these drafts. You seem to be having a little bit of fun, add some more money on, and take it to the big leagues. But hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, smack the like button, subscribe, and comment. In my personal opinion, guys, I actually really like this site, and I'm definitely going to be using this site throughout the year. So make sure you guys check out the link in the description. Go to Drafters Sports. Make sure to use Welcome5 for the promo code, and you'll be able to get yourself $5 free first thing. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.